For work.
I'm a divorce lawyer.
As a divorce lawyer, would you say that divorces are initiated most by men or by women?
Women, 90% of the time.
Wow.
Why is that the case?
I think that they yap with their friends, and I think they get real frustrated where guys are like, I'll get to it tomorrow. And I think the women just get in their heads and they're like, all right, I'm done.
So it's the women who are sabotaging their own relationships?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of it is that they're getting with their girlfriends, they're angry, they just get frustrated, and they have a lot of people in their ears. And I think they just want to, when they're done, they're done.
But surely, as a woman, you shouldn't tolerate any and everything in a relationship.
Definitely not at all, but I feel like things build up really easily with people, and they're talking about it more, where you're like pissed off and you get kind of over it quickly.
But how long have you been a divorce attorney?
Probably like since 2016, I've been practicing, and then 2017 officially barred.
So being that you've been in the field for 8+ years, do you think that marriage is outdated now?
I don't know about outdated, but it's a more acceptable to get divorced, right? Because like we're seeing it a lot more. It's not taboo.
Yeah, because you get paid. Women, this is for the women. They get paid when they divorce the man, especially if he makes good money. You know, especially if he gets good money, they get paid. There's an incentive. They are rewarded. But imagine they switch the laws and they say, hey, listen, if you're gonna leave a man, you're gonna have to be the one to pay him. Whether he's right, whether he cheated, it doesn't matter. If you divorce a man, you're gonna pay him. How many divorces would you see from women? They wouldn't file for divorce. Now, am I saying if a woman is in a bad relationship, abusive relationship, she should stay with a man? No, I'm just saying majority of the time, like she said, they have friends they talk to, and usually the friends are single. So they don't like the fact that this woman has she's married, she has a man, she has kids, she has a family. Sometimes they get jealous, and usually when she gets an issue, she runs to her single friends, but her single friends want her to come back to the streets. So day by day they start talking bad of the husband, because they never hear the side of the story of the husband. They only take her story and then they encourage her to get a divorce. And if she knows she's even going to get paid alimony, child support, whatever it is, take his house, take half the assets, she's going to be willing to file for divorce so easy.
So it's changed.
Do you think that sexless marriages can work?
No, and 100%. Every single time, I mostly work for men, so every single time they're in a consult with me, I'm always hearing, I haven't had sex in 10 years, I haven't had sex in 5 years, I haven't had sex in 15 years, and I'm like, here we go again, the sex talk.
So you're telling me men stay in sexless marriages for 10, 15 years, but as soon as a woman doesn't like something, she files for divorce. She doesn't even wait 10, 15 years. Now, because if a man can go for 15 years with no sex, I can guarantee you in those 15 years, she still expects him to pay the bills. She expects him to buy food, to pay the rent, to pay the mortgage, to pay, to take care of the kids. She still expects him to still go to work and provide. But now switch the roles. Can a woman stay with a man who's not providing for 10, 15 years? Who's not paying rent? Who's not buying nothing at home? No. It's crazy out here.
Talk every single time. So it's like you need to make sure you're doing it like 3 to 4. I would say like 3, 2. Sometimes you want to go like 2 times, 2 to 3, but it really should be like 4. 2 to 4 times is ideal.
So a lack of sex in these marriages is the most common theme that you're seeing when they end.
Yeah, because it's connected to more of that. It's not just physical. It's like, all right, well, if you're not into someone and you're disgusted by them and you're pissed off at them, you're not going to be having sex with them, right? Because you're going to be unattracted to them, you're going to be irritated, and you're not going to be into them. So you're not going to be banging them.
So why do you think people stay in these relationships for so long?
I think they stay in it just because it's comfortable and it's easy and it's really hard. A marriage is a breakup on steroids. Like if you're gonna get a divorce, it's not just like I'm moving my shit out, bye-bye. It's like if there's kids involved, forget about it. It's like your whole life is upended. It's a major decision. Your family's affected. Your life is affected. Half your crap is gone. So
yeah, but usually half the crap is gone from the man. And usually, men, one of the reasons they stay married, even if they don't want it, they're not getting sex, they stay in sexless marriages, is because they don't want their assets to be taken. They don't want to be taken away from their kids. So those are the two main reasons most guys don't file for divorce, because they know as soon as they get divorced, they're going to be thrown out of the house, and then they won't be able to see their kids as much as they want.
It's a little bit tougher than with just a simple breakup.
When a couple goes through a divorce, what's the process typically entail?
Someone has to file, first and foremost, someone's got to file. So you got to fill out the paperwork, file it with the court, and then you've got to serve someone, or they have to sign something saying they've gotten it. So either you have a random stranger who's hired by a service, or you have someone that you know go and hand them the paperwork, which is always awkward. Or you can tell them, hey, I'm going to divorce you, and you're going to sign this document saying you've received this, which is always awkward.
So wait, they don't send a sheriff out to serve them, or?
You can't, like, some people will do that where you can get a constable, but it's not a sheriff. If there's a restraining order, you can get a sheriff to do it.
Okay.
A whole nother.
So they sign that, then what happens?
Then they have in California, they've got 30 days to file a response. In Massachusetts, where I'm also barred, like, they can just respond. So someone has to respond to it and say, all right, yeah, I want a divorce too, and this is what I want to do. And it's a simple paperwork.
So party A agrees for the divorce, and so does party B. Does that mean that they're officially divorced and that's fun, or?
No, I wish. It'd make things a lot easier, but no, you got to go through this whole rigmarole. All right, well, what do you have? Show me your paperwork for the past. Show me your bank accounts. Show me your credit card statements. Show me everything. I want to see what your financial assets are. So you got to break it down each person, which causes problems, right? Because someone's on OnlyFans, you're seeing it in their bank account. Because unlike, Ashley Madison, they used to hide it as American Bank. OnlyFans just says straight up OnlyFans. They have no shame with their billing. So you start seeing these kind of charges and you go, all right, well, we need to do more. I got to look into this. What else have you done? Have you gone to hotels? I want to see more bank statements. Take me back 5 years.
And so this can expose more infidelity in a relationship.
Yeah, and problems. So it's like, all right, now you're doing a deep dive and now you're starting to snoop through stuff and you've got some problems.
Yeah, but I think that's why most guys don't want to get divorced, even if they're in unhappy relationships. Because it's like, first of all, it takes too long. And then in most cases, if the guy makes the most money, he is paying for the woman's lawyer. So get this straight, right? A woman is going to file divorce against you. And then you have to give her money to pay her lawyer. You have to pay her lawyer fees to help her divorce you. And then while you are doing that, you're paying her lawyer, she's also going to take some of your money. You know what I mean? That's why I've seen videos. Actually, if you guys know the comedian, I forget his name, the white comedian, Gary Owen, when his wife wanted to divorce him, apparently, like she said, she had to file the papers, and then she has to give him the papers. Hey, listen, I'm divorcing you. You have the papers. It's official. Let's go to court. He had to switch states and had to always be hiding from her so that she doesn't serve him the papers. So the whole thing is crazy. And no man watches these, listens to these, and then gets excited that, I can't wait to get married. So clearly there's a good reason why men don't want to get married anymore. Let's watch a little bit more.
Okay. But after that process is done with the financial assets and looking at that, is it just the man had... So after that part's done, is it the man has made 100K and the girl makes 50K, so the girl gets 25 from the man, or what?
No. Then you're going to be looking at a whole complicated state-by-state calculation of, all right, how long were you married? Who paid what? Who's doing what? Who can earn what? Like, so now you're looking at all the potential of that, and you're looking at a crazy calculation. And if you're married for a decent amount of time, you're going to get some spousal support. If you're, like, say the guy's paying all the bills, woman's at home. The guy's going to pay up. He's going to be paying a good amount, and it's going to be for, in California, if it's less than 10 years, he'll be paying half the length of the marriage. Massachusetts, you go, it goes to 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20. it doesn't go. It gets more regulated, but just depends.
Being a divorce lawyer for 8 years, are you for prenups or are you against them?
Prenups are amazing. I'm a big fan of prenups. When some of my friends get married, instead of giving them a blender, I give them a prenup because it's a lot more useful, and I just do it for free and set it up. And I know the relationships, you know what to put in there. And it's great. So prenups, and you have a roadmap, basically what you're going to do. You can save like 50K on average if you have a prenup, like easily. Because you already say you divide this, do that. And you can put future stuff in there. So vacation home. Okay, I have no vacation home right now, but you put in the prenup and you can divide your vacation home, or say you have a business, divide your business a certain way. You do certain things.
But if prenups
Yeah, but these days prenups are challenged in court. You guys have seen celebrities who have prenups, men, and then the woman tries to challenge and tries to tell the judge, oh, when I signed the prenup, I was under duress. He forced me to sign it. I didn't want to sign it. And women can already say that, if we're going to be honest. Because most women, if we're going to be honest, unless she makes more money than the guy she's getting married to, most women don't want to sign the prenup. She's going to say, oh, you think I just want you for your money? You think I don't love you? So you don't trust me? But it's not about trust. It's about that if we get divorced, I would rather we know who's taking what rather than the state having to decide for us. You know, so I believe most guys will be willing to sign the prenup. Most women wouldn't be willing to sign the prenup. But the next thing is, men now know that prenups can be challenged. I can guarantee you, she's a divorce lawyer. She has challenged some prenups, if we're going to be honest. In her experience, I can guarantee you, there are prenups she has looked at and she's like, this is not fair, we're going to fight it. So men are like, okay, even prenups don't really protect you like that. We have seen rich guys whose prenups have been thrown out, and then the guy has to pay, spousal support. And I think, I'll say one last thing, right? Another thing men don't like is you get divorced, they throw you out of your house. Let's say the judge grants her that, hey, she's going to take the house. Okay, so now you've been thrown out of your house, and now you have to pay her spousal support. But as you're paying her spousal support, alimony, then she brings another man in the house that you had before you got married. And now other guys are banging her, clapping her cheeks in the same house that you had before you even met this woman. So when most guys think about that, like, no, I'm not doing this marriage thing. Anyway, man, shout out to Desirable Truth. I'll put the full link down below so you guys can go finish the video.